Hey, this is Raheem Lee, and we're here on Unapologetically Black.
I'm Rico Anderson, and you're watching Unapologetically Black.
So what's going on, Rico, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. Life's good.
Life's good?
Yeah.
Hey, we've got some interesting topics going on. I mean, you see what's going on out here in the culture today, so I gotta ask you, man, how you feel being black today?
Being black today, it's always a beautiful thing. It's also a very challenging thing. I feel like being black today can be considered a lot more dangerous than it's been in the past. I feel like we have to watch ourselves more than anything, be very aware, be even more woke than we may already be.
Definitely.
And just know, and want to know what's happening, want to know about what's happening politically, want to know about what's happening in other
Definitely being
states.
more aware.
You have to be, even if that's not your thing per se. It just helps to know because it protects you, it protects your loved ones, it protects our culture, and
Definitely coming for the culture.
yes, and it makes us we just have to be a lot more. We just need to have that understanding of the change within the climate and how that affects us, women, LGBT, Mexicans, Asians. You know, I mean, we are in such a different environment where, you know, I joked at one point that, you know, we're in the Twilight Zone. And
I see where you're going with that one.
yeah, and for like Trekkies, you know, we're in the mirror universe, you know. And there just has to be that knowledge of understanding.
Got you. So speaking of the climate change you mentioned and the culture, how does that affect you in the entertainment industry? I understand you're an actor, you out here, respect your hustle, you're doing your thing. As a black man today in the entertainment industry, how do you feel? How does it affect you? Is it affecting your business? Is it affecting the people you deal with, your day-to-day? Is it affecting your auditions, castings, just booking in general? Anything to that effect?
You know, it honestly on that level, it hasn't really affected me on that notion, but I would say that it has opened up many different conversations with people, friends of mine, people that I know within the industry. You know, you have what I consider more of a fad, which it shouldn't be a fad, but it's a thing where all of a sudden it's hip and in to be a person of color. It's hip and in to be a woman in the industry. It's hip and in to be to be something other than white, and it shouldn't have to be that way. It should just be the norm. It should be the reflection of what society always has been, but Hollywood has always shied away from that more than they've embraced it. And I know, like within the industry, you have people who, white actors, you have some white actors who feel like, well, we're not getting work, we're not getting auditions because we're white. And all of a sudden that's an issue. And there's this fight or this argument pertaining to why is it that the person of color, in this case the black person, why are they getting the audition? Why are they getting the roles? Why am I not getting the opportunity?
This is something you deal with regularly?
Well, I would say that it's definitely within the conversation, and it's something that has come up that I've read about, and I've heard people that I know and speak on it, and some people have spoken on it in a way where they were concerned or pissed off or whatnot, and others have said it in a way where they're just aware of it, and there really wasn't any type of feeling coming from it. Which made me think, well, I would say, which gave me the understanding that it wasn't so much that they felt threatened, they were just very aware of that climate and that culture change. I will say one of the great things about it is, you have various franchises, say like the Marvel franchise.
Yes.
And you have a lot of different characters within the Marvel universe that have been switched around from either a white character, well, mostly white character to someone who's black, someone who is now a woman, someone who is Latino. We have white characters who at one point who had a certain name and who now have the same name, but they are Muslim. So that's a beautiful thing. I mean, let's just take Nick Fury for one. Nick Fury in the comics, in the Marvel comics, for over 50, 60 years has been a white man. And he has a full history, and you know who he is, you love who he is, and all that. But there was a point where Marvel switched that up through this whole other universe that they created, and they made it in the image of Samuel L. Jackson, who actually gave permission to use his image.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he said, look, you use my image, but when you start making movies,
cool.
You gotta put me in the role of Nick Fury. Yeah. So, you know, and today, you know, when you say Nick Fury, you think of Samuel L. Jackson.
So speaking of changing either the gender or the race of the character, how about, let's leave other nationalities out of this picture. Let's keep it in black. Okay. Now we know there's a fight amongst us in our own communities, colorism. We got the dark skin versus light skin. One of the biggest conversations right now actually is on Will Smith getting ready to play Richard Williams in his biopic.
Right.
And the argument is he wasn't dark enough for the role. Why did they go get a light skinned guy? Right. Why didn't they just get a dark skinned guy? How do you feel on that, or where do you fall in that conversation? Do you think that's a conversation, or do you think that's just a cry for attention amongst us in our own fight?
I will say that this is not a new topic of discussion, and I feel like this is something that has happened many times over. Right now it's Will Smith. Before that it was Halle Berry, who played Storm in the X-Men, who was considered too light. She's not African. She's African American, but she did not fit the right look type of that character. You know, I mean that's to me it's a matter of who is going to put butts in the seats, who is going to be that draw. You know, that said, they could have gotten someone else. I personally feel that yes, they could have stuck more to what the actual look is, but I also feel like when all is said and done, you know, if Will Smith does deliver and honor the character and who he represents and does it in a way that makes it work, that's okay too. So.
I'm confident enough in knowing he's going to definitely
Of course,
do his thing.
Of course, yes.
But I can I honestly understand where some people feel the way they feel because, like you said, this has been a long fight for a long time. Saying that.
Yeah, I guess I would say the only other thing is, look, we come in what's considered, I read at one point, 23 different shades. You know, it's like your shade is different from my shade, and it's just like, but of course we want to be as accurate as possible, especially when telling our stories. But that said, you also have someone who is black telling that story and representing that story, and we all know that Will Smith will represent it well. So,
Speaking of the representation, it's 2019, and even to this day, we still see the same stereotypical stereotype characters in these roles. You have an afro. You are a black man. Do you, or are you affected by that constantly? Do you get casted for the same typical black guy roles, or do that not affect you as much as a black man today?
I'll say what affects me more is the fact that I have the afro. And it affects me in a way where I feel like I'm not being looked upon as someone who could represent all aspects of society because of my afro. So can I put on a business suit and represent one of the strongest cases in the land and be that strong representation? Of course I can. But is anyone going to take a black man with an afro seriously? Well, I feel like they would. Well, right, and I feel like they would, but Hollywood may feel differently. You know, Hollywood is going to say, well, we have to have a certain look, a certain representation of who we feel would be that person in court. And that's just one example.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that I haven't gotten roles based on my look, but it has been challenging. And it's made me question whether or not it's something that I want to hold on to so elaborately. You know what I mean? Because I've had people say that I look a lot like Lionel Richie, you know, and that's not a bad thing.
Hold on to that one.
Yeah, okay. But also, you know, I've heard people say that you know, I look like I should be doing a period piece. You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's fine too. But that's not why I'm wearing my afro. And the afro that represents the 70s and that era so well should also represent this era as well. And yeah, and represent it beyond what we know black men wearing an afro should be.